I'm going to cry, just telling you right now. As an advocate for medical marijuana, I have met and talked to patients and caregivers across the state of Texas. I'd like to tell you a story about a Texas mother and her son Max, not his real name. Max's mom became a felon the moment she transported cannabis across state lines. She continues her criminal activity by giving it twice daily to her 19-year-old severely autistic son. Max is self-injurious, aggressive towards others, and suffers from grand mal seizures. At age 9, he started banging his head with his arm against tabletops and through walls. It got worse. In one incident, a few years ago, he got so angry in a parking lot that he banged his head against their car windshield until it shattered. Mom tried many drugs to stop them. Certain drugs did work, but the main side effect was aggression. Max missed most of his senior year because of his severe behaviors, and his mother spent most of his senior year locked in her bedroom to protect herself from her son. As his primary caretaker, she was also his main victim. She has had handfuls of her hair pulled out, been gouged by his fingernails, bitten until bleeding, deep wounds that took weeks to heal. She has scars the size of Max's open mouth along her jawline on both sides. The final drug they tried this past summer is called Vimpat. While on Vimpat, the violence escalated to beyond the pale. One evening, Max pushed his mother to the ground and jumped on her repeatedly. She thought she was going to die. She couldn't call the police for help because she was afraid they would take him away from her, because despite everything, she wanted to take care of her son. After these episodes, she would literally have to hold Max and reassure him that he was loved and forgiven so that he wouldn't try to kill himself with more headbanging. He was filled with remorse and self-hate for who he was and what he did to his mother. Desperate, she tried medical marijuana in the form of transdermal patches derived from whole plant cannabis. It has been nothing short of a miracle. She started using them on a typical morning. Max was angry and pacing, so she applied a THC patch and quickly went to lock herself in her room. After 30 minutes, she didn't hear anything, so she went to check on him. He was in his room, sitting on his bed, calm and smiling. Since that day, over 2 months ago, he has not had one aggression. The headbanging has also stopped. The anxiety and OCD that fueled these outbursts is almost gone. To control his seizures, she added a CBD patch, and she continues to tweak the ratios, and right now they're about 1-to-1. CBD-only patches did not help with behaviors, and THC-only patches did not control seizures. As a result of medical marijuana, Max and his mother are able to leave the house to take walks, go to church, and run errands. The quality of their life is greatly improved. She now admits that before medical marijuana, she couldn't really handle Max, but with it, she can take care of her son. Max is nonverbal, but he can communicate by independently typing on a keyboard, and here's what he has to say. Been so pleased with my new marijuana patches. Got new life now. Already thinking about the future. I feel really good. God is watching out for me. Surely in Max's case, breaking the law is necessary to prevent a harm worse than the one the law is aimed at preventing. Legally speaking, it's what you call a necessity defense. What's criminal is to withhold this God-given plant from children who are sick, suffering, and dying. Max is not alone. 1.2 million children have autism in the United States, and 53% of these children exhibit violent behaviors. It's epidemic. We don't know what causes it, we don't know how to fix it, and we don't know how to keep it from happening to the next child. Since 1970, autism rates have risen over 14,000%. If you haven't been personally affected by autism, you will be. It used to be 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 68 children, or 1 in 47 boys. And that doesn't even count kids that are under 4, because these CDC statistics are from 2010. However, Despite the fact that 23 states have medical marijuana laws, not one of them has autism as a qualifying condition. The question is why not cannabis for autism? And sadly, the answer is because we don't have the research. I say it's time for the research to be done for two reasons. We have overwhelming anecdotal proof of children making global improvements on cannabis. That's what epilepsy started with, anecdotal reports. And secondly, science is on our side. Anecdotally, Mama gets reports from around the country of children with better socialization, improved language skills, cognitive gains, reduced anxiety, which leads to improved behaviors, and reduced seizure activities for the 1/3 of children with autism who also suffer from seizures. Science is on our side because autism is medical and cannabis is medicine. Underlying issues of autism include inflammation, oxidative stress, autoimmunity, and a myriad of GI disorders. Cannabis is an anti-inflammatory, an antioxidant. It regulates the immune system, and qualifying conditions in many legal states allow for various GI diseases such as Crohn's, colitis, nausea, and wasting disease. What other medicine is out there that has the potential to safely treat behavioral symptoms and address the underlying issues of autism as well? Instead, to control behaviors, autistic children are commonly put on antipsychotics such as Risperdal, Abilify, and Seroquel at early ages and kept on them for years. Does this TV commercial for Abilify sound familiar? Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in behavior or thoughts of suicide, or if you have uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Abilify, and medicines like it in extreme cases can lead to coma or death. Other risks include increased cholesterol, weight gain, decreases in white blood cells, which can be serious, dizziness on standing, seizures, trouble swallowing, and impaired judgment or motor skills. And they won't give kids cannabis. My husband and I did everything we were supposed to for my son. Early diagnosis, that's what they tell you to do, get early diagnosis, intense behavioral, dietary, and biomedical interventions for his entire life. But my Jack is pretty much the same kid he was at age 2, except now at age 15, his teachers are afraid of him. Well, I'm not saying that medical marijuana will help every child with autism or even my son. I wonder where Jack would be today if 10 years ago we could have tried it. I wonder where he will be in 10 more years if we can't.